Hey y'all, it's Carla with Bella Vista Wreaths, and today I'm making this lantern topper to go with my enchanted forest theme throughout my house for the spring season. So stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss out on this gem. And we are going to be working on this lantern that I have, and I'm going to make a lantern topper to go right on the top. And let me go ahead and measure out how big this lantern is so everyone, here we go. Okay, from the base all the way to the top, we are at, I'd say 26 inches. Yep, 26 inches by 9 inches. So it's a pretty good sized lantern. I like to have this on top of my entertainment center, and this is going to be a personal project. So we are going to make a little topper by layering some different types of greenery. I'm going to be using 3 different types of greenery. Let me get this out of the way. We've got this curly twig. It's about a 30-inch curly twig. I've got this mixed white berry and flower bush, and then this greenery fern. I think these 3 together are gonna make a really simple, elegant, everyday lantern topper. And then I picked out some neutral colored ribbons to go on top. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put our lantern off to the side for now. And let's get to work. So I've gone ahead and I've already spread out my greenery on this one. And what I'm going to do is, the way that this is separated, you've got one big section on the bottom and then one on the top. So because everything is wired, you can very gently fold this down like this. Okay? And now you've got a bottom section and a top section just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and write down, I like to keep a record of what I'm using. I'm just going to call this Carla's lantern topper, and this is the curly twig grass spray, and I got this from Jennifer Moyer. She has a shop called Jam's Design and Supply, and I got this from her a few months ago, and I'm finally getting a chance to use the infamous curly spray, SP31. Okay. Right now, we're gonna do the same thing with our fern here, and then the last layer will be the white flower. And this one came from Greenery Market. I tried out one of their greenery subscription boxes, and this one came in there. So GM3112GN, and this is called Greenery Market Fern Bush. Fern Bush, 21 inches, H21. Okay, and I think for this one, I'm gonna want, to put this to the back behind the curly spray will be my guess, but we'll see. We'll see, and I'm just gonna spread it all out just like that. And I'll show you in just a moment how I'm gonna aim the camera down, and you can see how I marry up my greenery. And this one is 60919 CR for cream. I'm pretty sure I got this from Deco Exchange. All right. And this is a really great looking, it doesn't look like much right now, but wait till I fluff it all up. It's got a lot of goodies on this one pick. It, you know, looks can be really deceiving with this 60919, where you're thinking, what did I just buy? But then you spread it out and you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. It makes more sense. I get it. All right, and let's see, I think this one will, I think it'll take the curl because it's wired. Let's see. Oh, and it does. Huh. Nice. See, this is a good little floral. Okay, so the same thing with this one is I've got two sections and I'm just going to very gently guide them to go facing downwards like that, and the same thing with this one, just like this. Okay, and then you're going to be looking a little crazy, but just trust the process. Have a little faith. Okay, so what I'm thinking, this one for sure is going to be our top layer, so let me put that off to the side. I'm going to start off with the greenery fern, and we're going to be using zip ties, so just put that off to the side for right now. And this is going to be the top of my lantern, the side with the less. I want less on the top, more on the bottom. And I'm just going to combine these greeneries together and marry them up and pair them up basically. I'm just going to bring a little bit of the fern to the front, a little bit of the twig, you know, my little grassy thing to the back, front, back, and get them married up together. And spread it all out. Okay, just like that. Our last spray. We'll layer it just like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and, well, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and clip it right now. Right at the base of this, because we don't need it to be quite that long. This is a good clipper. It's a good one. Same thing with this one over here. I don't need that much because we're going to be putting the zip tie right in the middle and then covering it with our bow that we're going to make in just a bit. All right, so we're going to marry this up as well. Let's bring that green bean sprout, whatever that greenery is. Let's bring these together. Now let's go on ahead and we're gonna, my finger's a little green. We're gonna take a zip tie and we're gonna cinch it right into the middle here. We're probably gonna use at least one more, if not two more. Nice and tight there. And let's go right in over here and do the same thing. Oops, make sure your zip tie is facing the right way. Just like that. where we are right now. And I'm gonna cinch or cut these back, give them a little clip like that. Let's set this off to the side for right now, and we are going to put the bow on next. Okay, clean this up before I get working with my ribbon. Now, I like to work from back to front. And this is a 4-inch ribbon. And I want my tails, one tail to be a little bit longer. Let's go with like a 15-inch tail. And I'm just gonna gather the material and pinch it. And then I'm gonna make my loops. And I'm gonna make around a 7-inch loop. So let's go ahead and measure that really quick. 7 inches on the dot. Am I good or am I good? I know what size my ribbons are, my ribbon loops. All right, now let's see if we can do the same thing on the other side. You're just gonna pinch it, twist it, loop it. And this time I'm gonna, instead of having both of my tails face down, I'm gonna have this one face up. And this one's gonna be shorter because it's gonna be the one that's gonna be on the top. All right, those are looking good. So 7 and 7 is 14 plus, let's just call that 30. We're talking about a good 40 inches of this. I just want to write it down because I like to calculate my cost per inch in case I decide I want to sell it. This is the magnolia ribbon. I got this on Craft Outlet. All right, next is we're gonna go in with a cabana stripe ribbon. Let me just fix this up just a little bit. All right. And we're gonna have one tail going down. We're gonna pinch it, twist it, and then make our first loop. And the way I like to make my bows is that I'll make the one on top a little bit slightly smaller than the one right behind it. So maybe like an inch smaller than the one right behind it. Okay, so I pinched it and I'm twisting it and I'm going back with the secondary loop, just like this. Now we're just gonna measure our tails, our loops, my little bunny loops, and I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm gonna come in a little bit smaller. So the last one was 40 inches total amount of ribbon. So I'd say I'm gonna do maybe 36 inches of this cabana stripe, of this 2.5 inch cabana stripe. And this is number, I got this from Michael's. Got this from Michael's. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to use this I think this is a 1.5 inch. Yeah, this is a 1.5 inch. This one for sure, I got it from Craft Outlet. I can tell from the packaging. So none of these are designer ribbons. These are all still good quality ribbons. I wouldn't call them value ribbons, but they're not designer ribbons. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference in the quality. It's still strong wired ribbon, but not quite up to the par of a designer. Those designer ribbons have some strong wire, y'all. It is fierce. All right, so I'm just pinching it. I'm making the loop. I want these tails to get out of my way though. And then we're gonna come back the opposite direction, same deal. Pinch it, and then we'll cut it going up. I just wanna make sure my ribbon loops are the same length, and they are, so that's good. All right, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So my next thing will be, we need to secure this bad boy. And I'm gonna use a combination of rustic wire to secure the whole thing to our arrangement and to our lantern, and the zip tie is to secure the bow itself. Okay, so I've got this, I've left a little bit of a gap. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and I've cinched the ribbon, and I've got the rustic wire sticking out behind that, and I'm just cinching it tight. And let's snip off the end of that, and then we can fuss with the bow. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to fuss with the bow, make sure that all my loops are looking good and in the right directions. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a dovetail. This is the top section. So I just fold it in half lengthwise like a hot dog. And then I'm cutting from the folded side to the exterior, and it makes that pretty dovetail. And then this one's going to be a touch shorter than that one. A cascading effect, if you will. Just like that. And if we have to, we can go even a little bit shorter. But I'd rather have more length than not enough length. It's very hard to put ribbon back on after you cut it. I've never been able to do it. All right, and we'll mess and fuss with the tails in just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attach our bow straight onto here, and you're gonna see it's gonna cover up all of that, all of our zip ties in our mess. You're not gonna see any of that. It's wonderful. Okay. We'll just puff that up just like that. And which side did I say was the front and the bottom? Well, they look about the same to me. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this just a slight bend, not much, just a little tiny bend into it. All right? We're gonna need our lantern because we are almost done with this. This is a fast project, y'all. All right. Now this is the front of the lantern here. And I'm wanting the lantern topper to look just like this. And there are a lot of different ways you can attach your lantern toppers. But I find you just find some sort of common ground. You can find something to twist it around. Okay. I do like that. And just for good measure, I'm going to wrap it through the hook of my lantern. yarn. I'm gonna cut off some of the excess, not much, just a little bit. All right, there we are. I know it's quite tall, so you can't see the whole thing. Let's see. Okay, that's better. So now with these, I really like the length that we have. So I'm just going to dovetail these, starting off with my longest piece in the back, and then we'll just go shorter and shorter. I think we did good. There's that. Last time. Just like that. Perfect. And you can fuss with it as much as you want. All right, and that's the final look. Made that in under 20 minutes. All right, I hope that you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Carla with Bella Vista Wreaths, and please give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys are doing for this spring season. All right, this is gonna go perfectly with the woodland theme that I have in my house. And go ahead and subscribe if you wanna see some more of my content. All right, thanks y'all.